You kind of bring up a good point that I wanted to segue into the XXXTENTACION documentary, Look at Me. Dude, they did, because I know we spoke about this in the past with the Biggie documentary that we both loved. Dude, this is probably the best hip hop documentary I've ever seen, or artist documentary, where they really put it on the viewer to decipher, are you a fan of the artist? Or are you just a fan of the art? And can those two things overlap, bro? Because, dude, this 2-hour doc, you get all the information. Like, of his cases, of who he was from 14, fucking people up on Periscope.
Oh, wow.
His mom, like, literally saying, like, yeah, he, you know, if my son would have been Hitler, he's still my son. I'm riding till the end, right? Where the thing with, like, you know, Tupac's doc and, like, Biggie's doc in the past, it's like, all right, man, you're trying to make this guy look like a saint, and we know he did some fucked up shit. Like, let's talk about both and let us decide. Dude, this doc does a phenomenal job, bro. Like, nice. Phenomenal job. So I highly recommend it on Hulu. Have you seen it yet?
No. So it sounds like it's not biased.
Not biased at all. I mean, as best it can be. Like, the woman who actually made the film works for Fader. But yeah, no, they were pushing back, bro, because she was like asking the mom about certain things, and she's like, "Well, you guys aren't letting my son move on." And this is before he died. You're not letting my son move on to the next phase of his life. But she's like, the interviewer's like, "But who's he to move on if he almost ended someone's life by beating this poor girl to death?" Mm-hmm. And then she's like, the mom's like, "Fair point." You know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of pushback, bro. It's not just like, hey, misunderstood child. Yeah. You know, forgive him. He's young. Mental awareness issues. Like, yo, he is diagnosed with bipolarism. They talk about it, but they also like not show him, but like the graphic nature in which he fucked up his ex, bro. That's very well documented. And like, you wouldn't think that'd be the case for a movie about a mom talking about her son. So that in itself was pretty impressive.
Right. No, that sounds dope. I might watch it right after this episode. And it just goes to show you kind of, I don't know if this was necessarily like the full message Kendrick was trying to speak about, but I feel like life is just so subjective because objectively speaking, if you watch it, you're like, okay, I see why this troubled kid would do this and this, but it feels like your daughter who got fucked up, you probably want to kill him. Mm-hmm. And both, I guess, perceptions of him are
true,
right, and understandable. Like, if it happens to you, you want to hurt him, but you could see why he would do it. But as a human being, you're still gonna react emotionally to what affects you.
Yeah, dude. Both things can be true, man. And like, it's funny because obviously we were talking about XX more before the pod ever started, like, because I've been a fan since 2017. But dude, even for me, like 45 minutes in, as they're giving the details of the fucked up shit he did, even for me as like dude, I went to his like memorial service down here, bro, like as a diehard fan.
I remember.
Even I was like, damn, bro, like, fuck, man, why do you do that shit? You know what I mean? Like, because you're defeated. Right. And then like Gina made a comment because she's like oblivious, my girl, it's like the full story, but the first hour is like just him, like, dude, like looking for violence, like a very angry child, bro. And then she didn't know the context of how he died, but she's like, oh, he got shot, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I guess how that would have happened then. And I'm like, not really, bro.
Oh, because it wasn't supposed to. Like,
it was, yeah. But like in a sense that she was like, listen, dude, like, all he's looking is to fuck people up on camera. Like, someone's gonna get a fucking attitude about that shit and catch him on the wrong day. But I will say, bro, like the video, they show the video of him getting killed. Bro, that wasn't a robbery gone wrong. That was a hit, dog. Because they came out blazing, like, towards the car. So that in itself is just tragic that a 20-year-old, again, you'll see, like, in the story, like, I mean, it's very well documented. Like, he was trying to change, like, it was, I think, a couple of days before his hearing when he got killed. And that hearing was going to probably put him away for, like, 20 years, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was just, like, all this crazy background shit that we didn't really have preview to at the time, but like, yeah, dude, great documentary. I just appreciate the realness of it, the rawness of it, and that if you only knew that his mom made this film, you probably would have thought going into it, she would have made him more of an angel. And I just appreciate the fact that she just let it speak for itself. And if you want to judge him in a negative way, you have every right to. But I love my son and all of my son, as opposed to this part of him that was good, which with the rest was bad. So, dude, highly recommend it, bro.
Yeah, I think that's dope that a mother especially would go that route, because especially in this era and in hip hop, like, we just excuse everything.
Yep.
Like, I mean, we see it right now with the Young Thug thing. Me personally, obviously the casualties, like, I don't know any of them and none of this affects my life. So it just honestly is hard to care about every single rapper and what they do behind closed doors. But at the same time, I feel like, yeah, we're so quick to stay free, whoever. And then if you like even slightly suggest that like crime is bad or whatever, people want to call you like a square or a snitch.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, why are we supporting them? But also like telling people crime is bad. But I don't know. I think we just would like to believe that when people are rapping about certain things and they've moved on beyond that behavior and they're just like talking about it, they're not actively doing this shit.
Yeah. 100%, dude. It's like we want to like almost see the best in everyone. Like, oh, they're just like acting. This isn't a real thing. It's like, I don't know, bro. He acts very well like on all these tracks. So, so yeah, no, I feel that, dude. What was cool though, they showed. In hindsight, it was cool for us to just be there and witness it. But his last ever performance was at the Rolling Loud that you and I were at when it was fucking pouring rain, and he's like surprised everyone and came out. Oh wow, that was the last one. His last performance. Wow. Yeah, dude. He passed away, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks after that. It's insane. So, yeah, dude, insane. But yeah, highly recommend it. Great perspective. And then I just also remind people of the music that he did. Because I mean, there's a lot there that's like, I love also the producer. His main producer was like, yo, honestly, like, there's nothing about XXXTentacion that makes him a rapper besides him being black. So we can also talk about that, because like his shit was all like rock, emo, kind of rapish, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that was a funny like side conversation you could have had with someone who's like a really big fan. Like, a lot of this shit really isn't rap, and like you just feel more comfortable calling it rap because the guy doing it's black. Like, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, so that's just a side note conversation started for that one. But yeah, highly recommend. It's on Hulu. It dropped last Friday. I think it's doing very well from the reviews. So check it out. Look at me now. For sure.